There we go. Today's stroke recovery walk is it's a tough one. I came down that hill right over there, and we're going to be sniffing terrain. I brought her down here to sniff the terrain, and I am going to carefully learn to balance my way through this. And it's difficult, but I haven't fallen. And I've been very careful. But she has brought me into the terrain. And that's our goal, is to pick our feet up higher when we walk. And more carefully down the trail because it's snowy. But I used to hike the snowy mountains up at the peaks of the mountains before the stroke. Now after the stroke, I'm concentrating on terrain, but I'm doing it in the valley, not the mountains. And she's dragging me across little pieces of terrain that I have to navigate. And today I felt kind of depressed. I was depressed about things because I was trying to negotiate with the doctor. I had negotiated speech therapy, and then she said, "Oh, go ahead and call the therapy place and negotiate the speech therapy." And it took a whole week to do that, to negotiate all that stuff. And they finally got me in for an evaluation on December 30th. Which is good, but so far that means most of my speech therapy is trying to make a YouTube video that people can hear and understand when they're watching it without turning the sound up. And it looks like she's taking us through some places that we used to. Before I had a stroke, I could do it. But now that I had a stroke, I can't. I cannot go up there. Even if a rabbit was up there, we would have to turn around. So she understands Daddy had a stroke and can't do this. This truly shows me, it gets me in touch with how absolutely crippled that I am after a stroke. And that I used to work as a hard hat all day, come home and walk her out here. And it was nothing. And now, just to walk out here is just basically, it becomes good stroke recovery. Really good stroke recovery. I don't think I'll ever ski or snowboard again. I may be able to bicycle ride, but I doubt I could mountain bike. And me and her, so every plan, well, I really didn't have any plans. When you come to think of it, I didn't actually have any plans. I was working as a hard hat and buying a Prius. And that the whole goal was to have a Prius for the next 10 years. Like 56,000 miles on the thing right now. It could last another 100,000, maybe too easy. So I'd have the ability to get around for the next 20 years. You know. But that's all I had planned. Was, you know, in the back of my mind, I was going to do some living the van life. I was going to, do some, like, one of my favorite videographers, Nikki Dovendahl. Very, very good at video. Makes you feel like you're living it with her. Or living the van life. That guy is like, always does these incredible drone shots. You know, I have to rely on these people now to live life for me and let me watch. That's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to live in the mobile life, and now I think about, I guess I would be better off near a stroke hospital, because I had a stroke. And when you had I had a mini stroke and a stroke. And when you had a mini stroke and a stroke, you're like, to have another stroke, it's always someplace else. You know, not the same place. There's lots of different blood vessels that go to the brain that could get a blood clot, that causes a stroke, that causes the brain not to get the oxygen it needs, and those parts of the brain die off. And once they've died off, they're replaced by other working parts of the brain that already exist. Those parts of the brain remain dead, and other parts of the brain are learning how to write, or learning how to hold the stick, learning how to move the right leg. And she's not going to take me into terrain that's beyond my abilities yet. She thinks she's taking me to, I can't do it. I can't do that steep of terrain anymore. I used to hike the mountains all the time, and this is nothing. But no, I cannot do that. But we have accomplished something in rehabilitation today on stroke recovery, just going out here and doing a YouTube video that maybe is loud enough to hear without turning the sound up. But this video is just basically her wanting to go up that hill and me not being able to. That's how this is going to work out if she doesn't catch on soon. But we're out here, and I just about slipped and fell, but I caught my balance. I really can tell how crippled I am. It gets me in touch with my crippledness being out here. It shows me, sometimes I wake up and I think, oh, I just feel fine. I'm not crippled today. And then I get out of bed and, it's hard to get to the bathroom. And I start to realize the harsh reality that my brain keeps wanting to deny how crippled I am. But out here I can truly tell you I am very crippled. I am very crippled. Her guidance will get us through it. That's for sure. She is my baby. She's a happy puppy out here. And me, well, I guess she's why I lived. That's probably it. Because most people, they die of a stroke, and I didn't die of it. But I could have died of it, I guess. And maybe next one. If I gotta fight for health care for the next 3 years, I'll probably die of a stroke fighting for health care. That's crazy. That's how it looks. Anyway, we're out here ready to cross the bridge of the ponds. If we're talking about the Brain Bridge, that is the ponds. I think I have upper left ponds is dead. It died. And I am working on by hiking in a very difficult terrain, yet just valley terrain. It's not the kind of terrain that would be too difficult. It's in the valley. And I'm going to cut this video short so I can do an Instagram video and maybe a short. And put this in about 12 minutes. I stroke recovery walk.